What's up guys, Darkrule here aka Blackheart909 and welcome to my list of the best Soulsborne games. Now these are the Dark Soul games and the Demon Soul game. Also Bloodborne is going to be on this list and we're going to go through which games in my opinion belong where on the list. So let's start this off by saying that I love each and every one of these games. I've played all of them at least 2 times. And I have to say that none of these games are bad, it's just that I feel like some of them are better than the others. So let's kick off this list with number 5, and this is going to be Dark Souls 2. Now Dark Souls 2 had some pretty impressive DLC, although at release I feel like it was a little bit disappointing considering the downgrade from the E3 trailer we had seen prior to release, but this game still had a lot of that Dark Souls magic in it. Although compared to the other games in the series, I feel like the boss designs were a little less inspired than the other games, with some bosses being a little too easy. At number 4 we have the game that started it all, and this is Demon Souls. Now this is when the Souls game were in its infancy. But Demon Souls was really something special. When it came out as a PlayStation 3 exclusive, it launched to some really positive reactions. Although one being a PlayStation 3 exclusive and also being a game that isn't really accessible to a lot of people, it didn't really garner a lot of attention, but it still was one of the best PlayStation 3 exclusives for the time. At number 3 we have Dark Souls 3, and Dark Souls 3 was an incredible return to form for From Software. It had, in my opinion, some of the series' strongest bosses and also some pretty amazing DLC. Dark Souls 3 was an epic conclusion to the Souls series, and I have to say that I enjoyed the story of Dark Souls 3 the most out of all the other Dark Souls games. Plus, for everyone who likes PvP, Dark Souls 3 is the best PvP experience you can get out of a Soulsborne game. It's not my personal cup of tea, but I'm sure a lot of you guys like it for that. At number 2 we have a departure from the series. From the Dark Souls franchise we have Bloodborne, and Bloodborne was a pleasant surprise to me, and it is one of the best PlayStation 4 exclusives you can buy. And there's really so much to fall in love with Bloodborne. The world is crazy and insane, the bosses are fast, the gameplay in general is a lot more fast paced than the other Souls games, and there's more emphasis on dodging and rolling out of the way rather than blocking attacks with heavy shields. Again, my favorite part of Bloodborne is the world itself. That being said, the combat is also top notch, and it's some of the best the series has to offer. And finally at number 1 we have Dark Souls 1, the game that brought Dark Souls and Demon Souls and the Souls-like games to the masses. Dark Souls introduced a lot of new players into the series, and it also had the best DLC in the Dark Souls series with Artorias of the Abyss, although a lot of people didn't play it because it came somewhat later into the game and most people had already completed the game by then, but the DLC is seriously amazing. But Dark Souls 1 also did a lot to cement the game into having this legendary status. I mean, it's the second game that came out in the Souls franchise, but it's also the most widely regarded one. So do you guys agree with my list? If you do, be sure to let me know in the comments below what your list is, or if you agree with mine, tell me that you agree with mine. And also, are you guys planning to pick up the Dark Souls remake? If yes, which console are you picking it up on? I think I'll pick it up on the Nintendo Switch, but I also want to go for the PC version if they're making one. But in my opinion, the Switch one seems way too good to be true, since portable Dark Souls is going to be insane. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. That helps out a lot. Subscribe for more. Anyway, Dark Ruler signing off.